We starting out right. Let's go. RedIn30.
You ain't never see me, you don't know me, but I'm the type of hitter that they want.
Yeah.
I be in the back of the party.
Turn it up.
In the back with a shot.
It's called The Moves.
Can't nobody see me, but they love me. I'm the type of hitter that they wanna be. I can't tell that.
Hey, bro, we was doing that Afro bounce and all that stuff before they what they call that? we was in touch with our heritage. Afro beats.
I got the moves, yeah. I got the moves. 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 You know I was paid when I walked in, 'cause I paid when I walked in. You thought it was a game when I started. Gave me all my change when I party. I be in the back of the party, chillin' in the back with a shawty. Can't nobody see me but they love me. I'm the type of hitter that they wanna be. I can tell that you really wanna move. Don't you get it? Just come and feel the groove. I got the moves. I got the moves. Yeah. I got the moves. Yeah. I got the moves. I got the moves. I got the moves. I got the moves. I got the moves.
I ain't know you did that in there.
I can make a wave when I walk. I can make it rain when I talk. Ain't nothing the same with your thoughts. Ain't nothing the same with your thoughts. I can make a wave when I walk.
Yeah, yeah.
I can make it rain when I talk.
Yeah, yeah.
Ain't nothing the same with your thoughts. Ain't nothing the same with your thoughts. I got the moves. I got the moves. Yeah. I got the moves. Yeah. I got the moves. 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 I got the moves.
Bring it.
I got the moves. I'm the type of hitter that you want. I got the moves. I'm the type of hitter that you want. I got the moves. I'm the type of hitter that you want. I got the moves. I'm the type of hitter that you want to be. I can tell that you really wanna move. Don't you get it? Just come and feel the groove. Yeah. Da-da-da-da. 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 Da-da-da-da.
Hey, this is RedIn30. We make you RedIn30 literally. We got 30 minutes to do this. RedIn30 is a 30-day reading of the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. We believe in the entire Bible. We believe the Bible is a story about who you and I are, but we believe the red words tell us who we are in the story. When I talk about the red words, I'm talking about the words of Jesus, the Christ. Are we talking about the Jesus truth and you all using
Red words.
red words? I'm back. I'm DM. EJ, you hear that? Was red words. Red words. EJ, you here? Clearly he's here. Nakia, you here?
I'm here.
Hey, Shanice is here too. Hey, Shanice.
Hey.
All right, so we back at it. The last power was off the chain, personality over policy. And I don't even want to say over policy. Mm-hmm. I just want to say that personality is the foundation that policy is trying to get to. Mm-hmm. Right? This is why, but here's another problem with policy. And this is about to be a doozy. This is probably about to be funny. There'll be some edits on this one. Here's another reason why policy is it's funny because I know God, according to the scripture, God gave Moses the commandments. Mm-hmm. But if he gave him 10, how did we get 200 and whatever something?
Right.
Which tells me that man, most policy is created by man. Mm-hmm. Yep. We say that the higher power get, but most policy is created by man. When you allow man to create policy, you also allow man to create loopholes.
Yep. For
themselves. I'll never forget. Chris Paul, I'll never forget. He was part of the Players Union or something like that. Mm-hmm. And no nobody quote me on this. So they literally changed the age of how old you can get a max contract so he can get one. But he was on the policy making team. Oh. You see what I'm saying? It's different thing. Like, ain't nothing wrong. There's nothing legal about that. But that's what happens when man can make policy.
Yeah.
That'll end up happening, right? Yep. And so a lot of times this becomes the issue with policy because the same man that is functioning off the knowledge of good and evil is the one that's trying to make policy for life.
Yep.
Once again, I'm not anti-policy, but I'm saying that policy is not the foundation.
Yep.
The person and the personality is. And sometimes we don't go all the way. Remember Jesus said search the scriptures?
Yep.
Like search the law, search the scriptures. For in them you think you have,
Like, yep.
but they testify of what you won't come to. You're trying to say you have a form of godliness, but deny the power thereof. You look the part, but you're not really the person. And this becomes and another problem with that is we clap so much for people following policy.
That's good. That's true.
Yeah.
Right? And we sometimes we clap, but sometimes it's a reverse clap. It's a reverse punishment. Sometimes is a reverse applause.
Yeah.
It's so much attention to that part of it, right, that it becomes popularized. My mother used to tell me, I said, Mama, why you fuss at me when I don't do what I'm supposed to do, but you don't never like tell me I did a good job when I did. It's not that she didn't tell me I did a good job. Hold on, I mean, but it's the fact. She was like, well, I'm not. I don't applaud you for what you're supposed to do. I'm not gonna clap for you to take trash out. That's your job. That's your chore.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you want me to clap every time you take trash out?
Right.
I'm not gonna clap. We're gonna do it for the baby. When she needs to get a little older, we're gonna like, oh, we do it right now. She burped. Oh yeah. Oh, look at you. That's because you're a baby though.
Right,
When she start potty training, we're gonna be like, woo. But after a while, nobody gonna clap for you. You better take your tail in there and go use that bathroom and make sure you wipe good before you come out.
Right. Yes.
Because we're teaching you.
Yep.
You're teaching your life.
Yep.
And so that becomes the issue with policy. Sometimes policy goes on too much, and now we're applauding things, and we get applauded so much for the policy keeping that we don't get all the way to the personality. And I want to say we did a pod a while back called "Living in the Layers," and this becomes a layer. Policy or law is a layer. Yep. It's not life. It's almost like this. What I'm hitting. What I'm hitting.
Shirt.
But they would say I'm patting my chest.
Right.
But it's not really my chest. My chest is under there, but it's my shirt it's my chest under my shirt. So if I was to put deodorant on over this, it's kind of irrelevant. If I was trying to take a shower with this shirt on, like I could scrub, and some soap and water would get through, but it's really not.
Right.
It's putting lotion on, you know what I'm saying? Or if you put medicine or whatever it is.
That'd be crazy.
It'd be crazy, right? But this is what we're doing. We're living the layers. That's their part. Was about living the layers. So we're trying to fix something. We trying to take a shower without getting naked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We want the doctor to do surgery on us, but we don't want him to take our clothes off.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Like is and this is what Jesus means when he says deny yourself. This is what he says when lose your life to find it. Because I need you to take all of that off. Take it off. I need you to take all that off, right?
Right.
So that we can really get to the issue of what's going on.
Right.
So this is why Jesus. Do you realize? Like, remember we talked about the woman taken in adultery. He doesn't go into any detail about what her life is. Well, tell me. Sit down. Let's talk about it. Tell me about make sure confess your sins to me.
Right.
He didn't say anything about confessing your sins. He just said oh my God. You know why he didn't say confess your sins? You know why he didn't say you didn't have to sit down and confess your sins? Because he already knew what the problem was.
Yeah. Yeah.
He knew that the problem was not the itemized individualizations of our actions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you hear what I said? I'm gonna say it again. The itemized, you itemize something, make a list.
Yep.
Or the individualization of the action. Because see, what the law is a list.
Yep.
The policy is the list.
Yep.
And the list is trying to match the list of your ailments.
Right.
No, he already knew that. I already knew the bottom line is. See, while we're dealing with the list and the problem with the list, you got to write a list down. Jesus is dealing with the pen.
Right.
I need to get rid of the pen and the paper so that you can never even write down the list of what you. I'm trying to give you an example of what that foundation is. That makes sense, don't it? So now it's like I'm dealing with it. So he doesn't even have to say, well, tell me everything you're doing. Tell me everything you do. Well, they already told me. They already told me you're taking adultery. Yeah. We don't even talk about it. You don't need to confess that to me. I don't even talk about that. I just need you to. I don't need you to. I'm just telling you, go and.
Sin no more.
Yep.
Go and don't miss the mark no more. You get it? Whatever the thing is that's causing you to miss the mark, don't do that no more. I told Swag that they shot the Swag and I was talking. And I tell the kid, the reason we've been missing the mark, that's what sin is. Sin is missing the mark because we shoot like we shoot.
Yeah, yeah.
We've been shooting with our skewed vision.
Yep.
We've been aiming at life because sin is an archery term.
Right.
I gotta say it again for those who don't. Sin is an archery term. It when you sinned, you literally were shooting archery and you missed the bullseye or you missed the target you was hitting at. You get it? And the reason that we're missing the target of what life is because we're shooting with the skewed vision.
Yep.
We're shooting with the automated, the artificial.
Yep.
We're shooting with this vision that somebody else gave us on how to shoot.
Right.
Now we hit something, but now we start moving the target. We start thinking that's the target, and then we get all the way over there and realize that ain't never what it was.
Right.
That ain't life. I didn't bullseye life.
Like, hey, remember that time we were shooting them arrows?
Shooting them arrows, yeah, bruh. You can line it up. I found my little thing for arrow the other day, bro. Just yesterday, talking to Swag about this.
Right.
I found my little trigger, trigger in the car. That's funny, but you can shoot it. You line it up and say, well, you got to line up this and this and this and this.
Yeah. Right.
You got to breathe. Like all that stuff matters for the fact of hitting the target on the air. None of us ever hit the target on the bullseye. It was.
Straight
But we
grass.
lost targets. We lost arrows all in the grass,
Straight
buried on the
grass.
ground. But it's missing the mark because we're shooting like we shoot.
Yep.
So we've been giving medicine to the layers.
Yep.
I watch me, and that's why Jesus deals with the person. Even I got to repeat this because I love this pod, and I hope people catch it. And I love the pod that we did about the water and the wine because water is better than wine.
Yeah.
Because he was actually taking the temperature of mankind in that what we saw as a miracle. He was taking the temperature of mankind. That actually, oh my God. We did miracle a couple pods ago, and the miracle was an inherent thing that's already inside of something.
Yep.
All the miracles Jesus was doing was ciphering and exposing what was already inside somebody.
Come on. Yep.
Because a miracle is what's inherent, is already in something.
Yeah.
So what we call a miracle with the water and wine, he really was exposing inside of them that you wanted what you wanted more. Because remember, they took the water for the washing,
Right.
and they took the pots for the washing and took it out of its purpose. Listen to what I'm saying. They took them out of their purpose to go fulfill another purpose that they wanted.
Right.
And he pointed to them pots on purpose. They probably had other things they could have went. He said, get them pots right there. I want to see how far y'all going to go to get what y'all want. See, it's the layers.
Not just that, they were so big. It's like he gave them more than they probably needed.
Well, they probably was drunk if they finished the wine already.
Yeah, it's more than they needed. Get the biggest pots up in here and get all of them.
Right.
There was big pots and it was holy pots.
And the purifying of the Jews, yeah. And see, now I understand. So it's the layers. So Jesus is always fixing the root. You know what I'm saying? Not the growth, but the root. Because I know if I can fix the root, it'll grow properly.
Right.
Are we going here?
Where you going?
We were talking about somebody a while ago.
Wait, let's get in the car.
Get in the car. A lot of law things,
Right.
right? A lot of times in these churches and these places, they got a lot of law, like a lot of. I'm talking about the ones. I'm not talking about like regular stuff, like don't be out here cutting up whatever. I'm talking about like long skirts and it's like
Super law.
we were talking about somebody that we knew one time, and the girl was like, one day she come to church and the pastor was like, the Lord told me that we can't have, you got to have the backs on your shoes because the women shouldn't have the back of their feet out. Now what I heard was, boy, you got a foot fetish. Right. Boy, you got a foot fetish. There's something wrong with you, and you can't take heels.
He said, I ain't seen another sandal up in here with these sandals.
Look, you got a problem. Talking about the drummer, talking about what it was, the key, what the story was.
What?
Yo, you don't want to say it, I'll say it.
Oh, no,
so
the drummer,
a girl was kind of, she was kind of, pumps in the bump, right? Like,
okay,
like right,
yeah.
and so she's singing in church. So the drummer goes to the pastor and tell him, you know, she can't sing no more. She got to sit down
he
or
was
something
saying you
because
need to talk to her because
you need to talk to her because she distracted
her
me.
skirts are too tight.
Her
She's
skirts too
standing in
tight,
front of me,
and it's distracting
me.
Now, first of all, hold on. Now, hold on,
Guess
EJ,
what,
hold on,
y'all?
EJ.
It's not that they tight.
EJ, hold on. They wasn't tight. I seen the girl. Hold on, I seen the girl, EJ.
And she wore skirts every time you see
EJ,
her.
I seen the girl. She wore skirts every time. Her skirts was not thick.
You can't not.
Come
not
on.
you,
I mean,
know when you think you can't hide it.
No,
you
no,
just
not
like,
skirt.
Right,
Her skirt.
right.
No, I'm saying her
It's
skirts
gonna be
didn't show.
like
Her skirts wasn't
visual,
revealing.
like,
I'm not
if
saying
you
skirts wasn't thick.
see it. You can't not see it.
It wasn't showing. It wasn't like, oh man. So you have Superman see through the wall vision, drummer. Like your mind. First of all, what songs are you playing? To what you
Out
had
of pocket. Dog.
no a drummer. I can see if I was since she's standing, I'm a background singer, right? And I'm looking. I can see, but what songs are you playing that you have enough time to stop playing the drums and look at somebody that's singing praise and worship? What mind frame are you in already? We already in
That
worship.
boy ain't hitting them snares all the time.
But you are totally off. So now the pastor got to talk to the girl. Now watch this.
That's
But
crazy.
but the issue is not her.
right.
The issue is
Yeah.
him. That's the root issue. Dwelt among us. We just said in the last pod. It is not that you can dwell, but that you can dwell among us and maintain who you are. Now, I made a statement, bro, before this, and we may have to edit this out, bro. But, you know, in a lot of these countries, they do a lot of the cover up. Like the same girl that we talking about.
Yeah.
There's something that the women supposed to wear something on their head while they praying, right?
Long
Like
sleeves, long skirts.
don't sleep all that stuff. Now the purpose of all that's law, right? The purpose of all this law is because it is the assumption that mankind cannot handle their lust. So in order for, and not just mankind, but man in general, males.
Right.
So in order for try to keep men out of sin and not to tempt them to do something else, you ready for this? We're going to cover everything up so that we can keep man in a holy state. Although God made us naked.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. You're not.
And they all of them, they believe that. They believe that in the beginning we were made naked. Watch what I'm saying. So they do these things. I know the holiness does it, and don't nobody get offended, but I know these are the reasons for it, right? And we all know temptation. We know how it is, but at some point, there should be an overcoming of this. And I'm not saying everybody should walk around naked. Being able to see something and overcome it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Let's be honest. Coming up as kids, EJ,
Right.
TV started changing.
Right.
We saw all kind of stuff on TV. It's not even going to the sites. It's like
Right.
we saw stuff on TV.
Regular TV.
I remember being younger and they would never kiss on TV. They wouldn't.
Nope.
And now it's like, whoa, like, boy, if you had Showtime, you remember the EJ, boy, if you had Showtime, HBO, you don't know when the scene about to get crazy like that. But I'm not pro that.
Yeah.
I'm saying, do I have the ability to see it and still not turn into a savage? And if I don't have the ability to see it and not turn into a savage, it is something about my rearing that's a problem. It is something about the foundation of me that's a problem.
Right.
And I can't keep the policy there. Keep the policy there. I know that's why we have policies for kids and different things that you can't do things at a certain age. Keep the policy there. I'm not saying get rid of the policy, but in the midst of the policy, you ready? Listen to what I'm saying. You ready? In the midst of policy time, make sure that you're polishing.
Wow. Yeah.
You heard that, Nakia?
Yeah.
In the midst of policy time, make sure that you don't send them out with policy only. You remember they went to the 7 sons of Sceva?
Yeah.
And they went trying to cast some demons out. And he said, Jesus I know, and Paul I know, but who are you?
Right.
But they came out there trying to cast out demons in the name of Jesus, in the name of Paul. This is policy. You're trying to do a real life thing with the policy. Which is why they talking about the legal system and everything is all jacked up and you get loopholes and everything because you're trying to do life with a law.
Right.
Do life with a policy. You get it? It's being able to be amongst something and not be taken off by it, right? Because what you're on is stronger than what the thing is. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was just looking up lust
Yep.
etymology, and it's really appetite.
What you said, Nakia?
Appetite.
Wow.
Like your appetite. But
So-
you know, an appetite is learned. You know, like what you have an appetite for.
Right.
What's something you won't eat?
You
I can't ask you, EJ.
I don't like liver.
Tomatoes.
Huh?
I don't like liver and onions.
Liver and onions?
Yeah.
Okay, me neither. But I had to eat it when I was small.
Me too.
What you like? The tomatoes.
Tomatoes. I don't
Tomatoes are
like
good for you, though, right?
Yeah.
But you just don't like them.
No.
Because you just never ate them, whatever. And,
Yeah, I just don't like them. I've eaten them.
my mama forced me to eat liver and onions when I was small. And this is one of them struggle meals. Like, yeah,
Right. Eat this.
hated it. And so today, hate it. Never going to do it.
yeah,
You're
right.
never
Not
going to serve
gonna
it to
eat
me.
this.
Right? Because the appetite.
I'm just going back to what you're saying about personality, character.
No, 100%.
It's learned. It's not.
Right.
Hurt people. They like that little phrase, right? But a lot of times there are things. How much time we got left? Because I'm about to get into this thing.
Yeah, 8 minutes.
All right, watch me. A lot of the lifestyle choices that we see in life are based on a faltering or misuse at a formative age.
Yeah. Yeah.
But see, they're choosing while they're grown, but they don't realize that the appetite was tweaked.
Yep. Yep.
You get me? They don't know that at the root. So I said, well, how you fix it? How you fix it? Jesus said you must be
Born again.
born again. I'm not talking about going up to the altar and saying the prayer.
Right.
I'm not talking about going to that back room and letting people pray. I'm not talking about, and that's cool too. But I'm talking about you must be born again. You must have an experience with God that reformats. It's a reset.
Yep.
It's a reset to default. Faults, sins, faults. Well, if that's a fault, then what's a default?
Yeah.
I say this, your divine strength, what I mean? You take that out of there, right?
Yep.
So if I default you, I'm taking the fault out of you.
Right.
Wow. Yep. Yep.
Because whatever you've been downloading and putting into your computer, restoring it.
Yep.
I'm taking it back to when it was at the store, right? Like, right? Whatever you've been putting on to it has added this problem that you got, and now we got to reset to
Right.
default.
I like
Now resetting to default is not always the easiest thing to do for people. This is great. We're gonna call this pod default. Reset to default because it's not the easiest thing, because that's what, if any man come and let him
deny himself.
lose your life to.
Yep.
Nobody set aside. Nobody forsaken houses, land, mothers, fathers, wives, and children. In other words, you built all this stuff already, and this is why you can't really see that you got eternal life already.
Right. Right.
So I need you to forsake. I need you to reset to default. And then when we start building the proper way from default, it's 100-fold of that.
Right.
You thought you were doing a good job getting married. You thought you were doing a good job having kids. You thought you were doing a good job having houses and land. You thought that what you had was really it. I got to take you back to default. And when take you back to default, you know how to build, but I need you to build properly.
Right.
Right.
And now it's 100. If you no. Watch this. You know how to build, but you wasn't building for my sake in the gospel.
Yeah.
That's right. Exactly. Oh, child, that's what it is.
Not church, not evangelism, not all that. You wasn't building for my sake in the. So if I take you back to default, it'll even be quicker because you know how to build already.
Right.
But I need you to build for the you have a different foundation of building. That's good. That's good. Shout out to RedIn30, man, because thank you, RedIn30, for just.
Right.
I thank you, God, for giving us, like, to be able to see this, to build from default. Because I'm defaulting you, like I'm taking the fault out of you. You get me? So the word, I got to get back to this. I don't want to skim over this. The etymology of the word lust is really appetite. It is, lust is not a one-off.
Mm-hmm.
Lust, I'm gonna tell you the truth about it. Lust is actually not built off of. Lust is not a product of temptation. Temptation and lust. A temptation comes to expose your lust.
Yep.
Right.
He says, turn his rock into bread. Right? Cast yourself down, the angels are gonna catch you.
Yeah.
I'll give you everything you bow down to me. He's throwing out random suggestions.
Yep.
Think about it.
The system throws out random suggestions, and I'm oh my
Algorithm.
God, it's the algorithm. We
Now
talk about
you're
algorithm.
hungry when you're hungry for this.
Nakia, you're hungry for
now this
what-
is lust. You're
no.
hungry for this.
And see, this is why the first one was rocking the
The
bread,
bread. Right.
because somewhere he's doing his work, and he know.
Yeah.
Watch this. Oh, this is so good. So what the system and the enemy does is it throws out ads. Because it's not that ads are powerful. It is not that ads have been so powerful to to take over your mind.
Mm-hmm.
But it's throwing out the different ads to see what you're lusting after.
Because you could taste the burger in your mouth when they show it to you.
And so
you could taste it.
So I'm gonna see what you're lusting after.
It's fishing.
I'm fishing. I'm fishing. I tweeted the other day, the enemy is consistently fishing, and the bait he's using is your wants and your desires.
Come on, desires.
You know the fiery darts of the enemy, the wicked one? I don't know what people thought they were. They thought it was cancer. No, cancer is the result of your desire.
Yeah, right.
Majority of it. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not gonna get on that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Watch me. And thought about sickness, disease, and diabetes, all these diseases. A lot of that stuff is, and it's passed down. If it was anyway, that's the fiery darts. So I'm trying to see where the chinks in your armor is.
Yep.
Y'all got to hear me now.
Yep.
So what I do is, I throw out random things that are tempting to people, and it will eventually I'll hit the one that's exposing your lust.
Yep.
You get it?
Yeah.
So I mean, how do we? You ready for it? You say, well, how do we be lust free? Right? When I see, go back to the guy with the foot thing. When they some of these preachers be preaching over the top about sex, don't be doing it. They the ones that got holes on the side.
Right.
They the ones that got the issue. Anytime you see them, like y'all probably the ones that got the issue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not all the time, but a lot of times you won't somebody you gotta wear this and this and this. Yeah, because your whole board, your board of directors and all y'all, whoever came up with these rules, y'all the ones that got problem with it. Y'all got some scumbags on your team.
Right.
You say, well, how do I do it? You ready? How do I do it? Jesus said, when you pray like this.
Yep.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. So in other words, whatever you give me, that's what it is. So I won't be tempted for the other bread.
Yeah.
And forgive us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, we give our debtors. Lead us not into temptation. See, all that goes together.
Yep.
Giving the daily bread, the will, the daily bread, and the forgiveness leads me not to temptation and delivers me from the unripeness or the evil.
Yep.
For that, you see this, and then he said, the Lord knows you have need of before you ask him.
Right.
Your Father knows you have need of before you even ask him.
Right.
Then he goes on and starts talking about it again more and more. He's trying to say something. You get it? But if you have that person has the issue with it. So I'm gonna throw out random things to locate your lust because I know I can get you where your lust at.
Right.
You get me?
Right.
It's such an amazing trick, and it's so ridiculous. So we're gonna cover everything up, but we're not gonna deal with the fact that y'all should be stronger than that. Why is one man can keep himself and take care of his family, and another man can't? Why is it that one man can see children as children and protect them, and another man misuse them? Why is it that one man can rape a woman and one man can respect her? Why is it, and vice versa? Why is it that a man could walk in and be totally around a bunch of alcohol and not have to worry about it? Right? It's personality and policy. Play the music, we go like that.
Pull off with the skirt in the Rari. Skirt in the Rari. You ain't never seen me, you don't know me. But I'm the type of hitter that they wanna be.